Assalamu alaikum friend. I am back with another video by sharing my daily based learning, and today I learned many more things. So let me quickly share with you what I learned and show you the implementation of that thing that I learned. In previous video the I show you my learning. There are only the learning is only based on theory, but today learning is based on theory with practical. So I will show you the thing that I learned, also show you a basic practical of that uh, topic that I learned. So first of all, I learned how to create database, how to create table. So first of all, I show you these two things practically, then I'll move further that what I learned. So you can see I just remove create database command. So but I will tell you by vocally that database command is create database, uh, and further you can mention any name of the database. But here is the command of creating table. So this is the creator, and this is this is the table, how to create table. This is the command that how to create table, and this is the name of my table. And you can see also the water list table in my database. This is my learning SQL database, and these are the table folder. In that folder there is water list database is also exist. And let me show you the other thing that I learned. The other thing that I learned is insert value in table by using queries. So I will show you. So these are the query, through that I will insert values in table. And let me show you the my table. If you sorry, let me connect first. Actually, first of all, I have to select my table. My table is learning SQL. Now I can run command. That's the reason we will get error. So now the command works properly. So you can see Amir, Anas, Usman, and these are all the values that are in my table, and these values are put by using this command. I didn't run this command because already we put value in table, so it is not good if we run it again. So that's the reason I didn't run it. And let me show you what other thing that I learned. After insert value in table, I learned select statement. I already show you select statement. So this is the select statement. Through select statement we can select values from our table, like the static mean all. So when I run this command, all value are selected from my table. But if I want to select specific attributes like voter ID, voter name, voter age. So in this command, you see I select voter name and voter age. So, okay, from voter list table, and also select where voter ID is equal to 3. Okay, what is the purpose of where I will show you later. But you can see here when I run this command, only voter name and voter age are displayed. And why this only one record is displayed? This is because of this where condition, and I will explain it later. Okay. So another thing is another thing is where class. So that's the thing that I tell you that I have to explain later. So basically the purpose of where class is to select specific record. Like I select voter name and voter age column from voter list table, and then I will tell then I will tell that where voter ID is equal to 3, that record will be you choose. So that's the reason it will choose Usman, because its voter ID is 3. If I show you through this by running this command, you can see Usman voter ID is 3. Okay, that's the reason only this record is shown, and voter ID is not displayed because we can select only two columns, voter name and voter age. We didn't select voter ID. That's the reason voter ID didn't displayed here. Let me show you. Okay. And if let me show you the what other thing I have learned. Okay, the other thing I learned is order by clause. Okay, and also and or operator and top clause. I will show you implementation of these three topic in a sequence. Okay, so First of all, I will show you or and operator. So this is the or operator I use. Through or operator, you can put multiple conditions, like where voter ID equal to 3 or voter name equal to Taha. If voter ID is equal to 3, this is my whole table. You can see this is my whole table. Okay, this is my whole table. Here is voter ID is equal to 3, and I put another condition, voter name equal to Taha, or, and I use or. If in this whole table any voter ID equal to 3, it will select that record, and if any record having the voter name Taha, it will select that record. Okay, so when I run this command, you will select only Taha, and this voter ID 3 Usman will be selected. Okay, Usman and Taha, and you can see voter name, and only voter name and voter age will be displayed here. Then I show you the I learn order by clause. So basically, order by is used to display our table in a specific order. Like you can display it ascending order, or you can display it a descending order. Let me show you through ascending order. Okay. It's in ascending order. What you can see, Amir, Anas, then A, B, C, D, F, G, then G's come, and Taha. It will display in ascending order. The last one is Zan, and it display at last. If you see their ID, it will not in a sequence 1, 2, 5, 6, 3, 4, because I will make it in ascending order based on this voter name. That's the reason the column voter name is in the ascending order. Okay, and in by default it will be in ascending order by voter ID. Okay, so but I will by through voter name, by selecting voter name, and I will say display record at the base of voter name in ascending order. That's the reason it will display like this. If I select descending order, let me run this command. Sorry. Okay, you can see now Zan is upper and A letters are down. Okay, and in this I will use voter age column in ascending order. If I run this, you can see 19, 20, 22. It will display in a sequence. If I use descending, you can see it is now in descending order. The biggest number is at top, and the lowest number is at bottom, 19, 20, 22, 26, 28, 33. So it is in sequence from lower to bottom. Okay, because it is in descending order. And I will tell you that I learn uh, top 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 clause. So purpose of clause is to display, if you want to display you have multiple records in table, but if you want to get some records, like 4 records, 10 records, 20 records. In my table there are total 6 records, but I want to select only 4 records from my table. Okay, so when I run this command, you need top 4, only 4 records are displayed. Okay, so this is the use of top clause. You can see here. Now when we move to our next slide, and I learned this is also 25 August 2020. This is my today's learning. Okay, so I learned today like operator, between operator. Let me show you these two things first. So this is the working of like operator. Like operator by matching something, like percentage mean many, and n mean the last character will be n. If I run this, it will select only those whose name having whose name last character is n. You can see Usman, Zain, Gufran are only these records are displayed. And if I run this command, those records will be displayed like whose name start with A. Okay, like Usman, it is a single character. Any character you can get any character, but the remaining character are SMAN. So when I run this, only Usman will be displayed. And USM, this character, anyone, if it match any character, it means single character, any character. Okay, it's mean multiple character or any character. And in this you can select only single character, or for multiple characters. Modulus for multiple characters, but it is mandatory that it is multiple characters, it is many characters. But it is, you can use single character or multiple character. Like I use AGZ, 3 characters. Okay, and I mean to say my name is start AGZ, and remaining character are any one. So only AGZ are displayed, that start from AGZ. A GZ. Okay, oh, those names are displayed, and this is the if you specify range A to T. So the characters are that are in the range of A to T. These are displayed. Okay, it mean start from A to T mean any name that having start with the letter A or T mean between these character A B C D like that, and the remaining character and any character modulus mean I will mean say to say that any character. Okay, so these are start from A G T. Oh, sorry, I didn't run this command. Okay, you can see this is AGT only these name that are lie in the A to T, and modulus name mean any character. So Amir, Anas, Gufran, it will never affect that. So the last character is A to P and start any character. So you can see the. Okay, sorry, I have to again run this command. Okay, the last characters are A to P. Okay, so N R lies between A to P, N R lies between to P, N R or A R lies between A to P. Only those names are shows. I hope you can understand it, but I didn't want to tell you that what is the working of this. I just want to tell you that I know the how to use like operator. Okay, so let me quickly show you the remaining thing. In next topics, I will not explain like that I explain like operator. Okay, because my purpose is not to teach you the like operator. My purpose is to you to share my learning like operator. You already know better that what is like operator. Okay, so purpose as I already told you, my purpose of making this video is to getting a feedback from you, and if I want to get a feedback from you, it means you are already expert and professional in SQL Server, and I am a learner and I will take help from you. So it is not good that I teach you that what is like operator, but I want to only show you the implementation of like operator. Okay, and I will show you the remaining topic quickly. Okay, I will not waste any more time. Okay, so what are the other topics I learned? I use change how to change database and table name. So through this command I have to change database name, but I don't change it database name because it will affect some many queries. Or I it through this command we can change our table name, like voter list to voter list 2, but I didn't change name because it will affect, you know, here we use voter list, but when I change to voter list 2, I have also have to mention voter list 2 here. So it is very time taking, so that's the reason I did not run this command. Okay, but you know better that I have experienced how to change database and table name through queries, and I learned distinct keyword in and not in operator. I will show you uh, top 70% I will also show you, and already show you. So the reason of here, yeah, this is my distinct mean getting a unique value from employee details. If I run this command, okay, it will ask me to connect. Okay, okay, now I am connecting. Why will it will get giving me an error? Oh, sorry, I will select the wrong database. Yeah, okay, only unique values are shown here. I didn't mention you the explanation that yeah, it show only unique values. I don't waste time, but these are only unique values in my record. These values are come from employee details, and I learned other thing is in and not in operator. So this is in operator and not in operator. I have to mean that. Let me run you. Only those records are come where cities are equal to Hyderabad and Karachi. Those record are comes here, and in here only those record comes where cities are not equal to Hyderabad and Karachi. Okay, so only Sakhar are displayed. What other thing I learned in what other thing I learned in like create table with constraints, and like we already created how to create table, but I through how to put constraint and what are constraint I will use, and I will let me show you. Here you can see I can create table with constraint like primary key, not null, unique, not null, check constraint. Also I learned default constraint, and yeah, only these constraints at that time I learned. So add column in existing, create table with add column in existing table. So I learned how to add column in existing table. Here you can see I can create table, and here you can see I can add employee gender column in my table. You can see when I run this command. Okay, I have to connect, and I have to select learning SQL, and then I run this command. Okay, why it will give error? Why? I don't think so it will give error. Okay, my table is name is employee list because I changed its name employee list. What I do, what I have to do, what I have to do, what I have to do. Let me quickly change my table name employee from employee list to employee. Okay, now you can see it will change to employee. When I run, now I can run this command, it will work and it will show me the whole thing. Now you can see and there is no employee gender column here displayed here. But when I run this command, like this command, now I run select all from employee. You can see employee gender with value null. So now I can add another column. We create table and add columns, but if we forget to add, and if we want to add column after creating that table, then we can create column by using this query, by using this command. So I also add constraint. You can see check constraint. Okay, so the purpose of check constraint is it will check that if you put male value or female value. If I put any other than male or female, it will give me error. Okay, so these are the thing, but I didn't show you the implementation of check. Okay, because it will take our time much more. And what I learned other thing, let me remove this, let me cut this one. The other thing, add column, modify data type of column. How to modify data type of column? Here I can show you the command. Yes, here you can see I alter column employee list table, and let me quickly change the table name again to employee list. First of all, I have to connect, I know, because we change the file. Now if I run this command, execute, you can see my table name change to employee list. Yes, you can see that this is, and now I can also remove from there. And now you can see here I can alter my column employee gender varchar not null. You can see here I didn't mention check constraint. So when I run this command, the check constraint are removed from my column. Because I modify my column by only specifying the varchar character and not null. Okay, so if I want to add check, so I have to mention here check constraint. Okay, through this we can modify our column. So modify data type of column, add constraint in existing table. How to add when we create table we can add constraint by that. But if we want to add constraint separately, we can use this command. You can see I use add constraint, giving constraint name, what is using default constraint for which column, for employee emp gender column. You can see we can also add constraint by that, like here we can add column, but here we can add constraint separately. When we are dealing with or manipulating with database, we have to, sometimes we have create table and add constraint, but after that we need to add some more column in that table. We add columns, so we must have to know how to add column separately in existing table. Or sometime we need to, while creating column we didn't mention constraint, but sometime we need to give constraint to a specific column, like that. So we have to know how to give constraint to specific column, without like after creating, like how to give constraint to existing column. Okay, so after that I learned drop, how to drop column, like drop constraint, drop column, rename column name, alias. Let me quickly show you. So here you can see I can drop constraint through this by only giving the constraint name. This is the constraint name. Here, this is the command for this is the command for drop column. You can see drop column, and if you run this command, our column will be dropped. Let me quickly show you. When I run this command, you can see there is a emp gender, but when I you run this command drop column, okay, it will say that we must have to drop some constraint, then we can drop it. Okay, this is the constraint. Let me drop it first, then we can drop column. It have check constraint, because when we create this column we can give him this constraint. So like using that, I think I have to run that command if we want to uh, drop constraint. We can also drop constraint through this command by giving this constraint name, but we can also drop constraint by running this command. We can modify our column, and we can't mention any constraint, so constraints are automatically dropped. Okay, so I can drop through this command. Let me show you. Okay, all values are not null. You know that's the why it will give error. If I want to, let me first put values in it by running this command. Okay, now when I run, now you can see all values are put here. Now I can run this command. Where is, okay, yes, it is alter column. Now it will work properly. You can see. And if I now I want to, let me show you, it will still here. But if now I am going to drop column, it will drop because there is no constraint here. It will again give that. Maybe I think this command will modify table but not removing the remaining thing. Like we mentioned constraint. I think I learned something, I missed something, and I learned something wrong in this command, and I will make my clearance about my logic when making this video. So it will help me by making this video, by removing my, by correcting my mistake. So yes, this will only modify table by adding new constraint, but didn't remove previous constraints. If we want to remove previous constraint, we can use this constraint. Okay, so let me quickly drop this by running this command. Okay, now if I run this command, the constraint will drop. You can see command run successfully, and now I can drop table, it will drop. But first of all I will show you the table column name. It is employee gender. Now through this command I will remove gender. When I run this again, you can see no employee gender or column here, because it will drop. We can drop you by running this command. After that, what I learned, drop column, rename column, alias. So through this command we can rename column. Like here I can rename employee id to emp id, but I didn't show you the working of this command because we already having it emp biggest id, capital letter id. So yes, this is the command. You know better that this command will change the column name. Alias. So these are the alias. Like while running this command, you can see employee id are displayed as an employee id, not emp id, because we use alias employee id. You can see our table. If we want to select all the thing in employee list, you can see this is emp id. The column name is emp id, but it is not correct. Like it is not more meaningful like that if you use employee id. So I can for my column name is empid, but if I want to show you, so to show publicly, then I can use alias to for more clearance. Okay, like you can see employee id is shown as a employee id. This is done by using the alias. Or so what I think in the next thing, drop database and table. How to drop database and table, update record in table and delete record in table. So if we want to drop database and drop table, it is the simple command is drop database and table, database name and drop table and table name. Like we create a database or create table, like not create table, because we also mention in attributes while creating table, but when we drop table we didn't need to mention attributes. But when we create database, we just only use this command create database and database name. When we don't want to drop database, we just use only that command drop database and giving the database name. So I didn't show you here how to create how to drop database and table, but I will tell you vocally that how to drop table and database. And here is identity attribute. Like if we want to add emp roll number, like we already have a roll number. Let me show you roll number. And with identity, this column is with having an identity, seed is 100 and increment is 7. You can see it will start from 100 and it will increment from 7, like 7 into it will have an increment. So when I create anything I didn't mention this roll number, it will automatically use number. After 149 it will use 154 because I will have a 7 increment. I hope you will understand it, because you already know SQL Server. As I already told you, the purpose of making for those people who already know SQL Server and help me to be better in SQL Server. If I learn anything wrong and anything, if I miss anything, any important topic, so I will make for that, or so I will make so I make this video for that audience who already expert in SQL Server. The people who are not familiar with SQL Server, this video is not for them. Okay, so I hope you will understand what is the purpose of identity. I know it better, but it will difficult for me to explain you without um, running this command, and it will take too much time if I run this command, drop this column and run this command. So I hope you will understand. So what the last thing I have learned, that update record in table and delete record in table, like where I can use update and delete. Like I didn't update and delete record here, but I will show you. Like I want to delete this Alicia Azam Varsi. I will delete Azam Varsi. Okay, let me show you by running this command delete from table name is employee list, I think. Yes, delete. Okay, I'm sorry. Employee list. So from delete employee list, from employee list where emp id equal to, so Azam Varsi id is 4, you can see. So when I run this command, Azam Varsi will be dropped from our, deleted from our, the record of Azam Varsi will be deleted from our table. Let me show you. When I run this command, you can see there is no any Azam Varsi are in our table. You can see Azam Varsi is dropped. Okay, you can see. And if we want to update any record, like I want to update what I have to, Jamal Hamid to Shakil Ilyas. Okay, so I will update this record. Okay, so I will use update. You can see Jamal Hamid's ID is 3. Okay, so update update what update employee list. You can see update employee list, and I can use set emp name equal to Shakil Ilyas. Shakil Ilyas and emp email emp email emp email equal to Shakil Ilyas @gmail.com. Okay, where where emp id equal to Jamal Hamid id is 3. Okay, so when I run this command, the emp id is 3 Jamal Hamid, and the name and email id emp email is changed through by Shakil Ilyas and Shakil Ilyas @gmail.com. Let me show you. When I run this command, it will run successfully. When I run this, you can see now it is Shakil Ilyas and Shakil Ilyas @gmail.com. So this is the whole learning that I learned from today. So but let me show you the whole learning that I learned from one day to my this is my second day, like from my end day. So first day I learned this thing. You can stop video and see this, and I learned in 25 August 2025. I learned these things. The first slide, the second slide. This is the today's learning, 25 August. This is also the 25 August learning. So that's all. So this is the whole learning. You can stop videos and uh, read topic that what I learned from zero to my last day. So I hope you like this, and I didn't tell you that if I miss any important topic because this is my start. But after 7 to 10 days, I will ask from you that if I miss any important topic, you can tell me about that I have to learn this topic in SQL Server must. So I hope you like this video, and I already told you this video is for those people who already are expert in SQL Server and have helped me to become and they can help me to become an expert in SQL Server. So that's the reason I will share my learning globally to get a feedback, to get a advice. So thank you so much for watching this video.